Yo, in today's video, I'm gonna be going over pretty much a survival guide, ultimate guide of what it is that you need to be paying attention to when you're moving down here to Albuquerque. Now in this video, you're gonna wanna take some notes because I'm gonna go over, number one, finding the area. What is really gonna be important to you? Why are you moving down here? And what is it potentially that's gonna be important to you because of that area? And when we get through with that, we're gonna narrow down to the neighborhoods. Now the neighborhoods you're really gonna wanna pay attention to because it really comes down to the most important thing, why you're moving down here. Really emphasizing on that, so you're really gonna wanna think about, do I wanna be closer to the school? Do I wanna be closer to work? Do I really wanna be closer to amenities? What is it gonna be that's important to you is really gonna matter where you find that house. Now, aside from that, talking about houses, that number popping up on the screen, guys, is my direct line. And obviously, I am a local real estate agent here in Albuquerque, and I manage the surrounding areas. And whether you're looking to move within the next 30, 60, or 90 days, whenever, maybe even next year, I'd love to hop on a quick Zoom call with you guys. That way we can really talk about, why you're moving down here for one, and how we can help you guys make that transition a lot smoother and a lot easier. And, once we're all done with that, we're really gonna plan on the last topic that I'm gonna be talking about, and that's getting you down here to take a quick trip. You're really gonna wanna plan a trip as soon as you can. That way you can get a feel for the neighborhoods, meet with me, sit down, have a cup of coffee, all that stuff, right? So the sooner you do that, the sooner it is gonna be better for you guys to get down here to Albuquerque. But enough of me, let's get right into it. Hey, yo, look, I wanted to interrupt this video real quick just to let you know to hit that like and subscribe button down at the bottom, because there is a ton of good resources out there, and you'll be able to see some of the links down below in the description that will help making that move and that transition to Albuquerque a lot smoother. But these videos on this channel are also going to be a good resource for you guys. So dive deep, reach out. We'd love to help. Now let's get back to the neighborhoods. All right, guys, now in this part, we're going to be talking about finding the area. And I feel like we don't talk about this enough. And it's really important that when you are looking to move down here to Albuquerque or any of the surrounding cities, that you really think about what's important to you. What's really bringing you down here? Is it school? Is it work? Are you going to want to be closer to that UNM area? Or are you going to want some farmland down here in the South Valley like I'm hanging out at right now at the South Valley pool? What is it? Is it your kiddos? Is it their school? Think about those things. That way we can really hammer on what's important to you guys, because we want to make sure that, number one, you have easy access to whatever you're going to. So whether it be freeways, streets, your job, your daily commute, we want to make sure that it's nice and easy for you guys and enjoyable, right? Because sitting in traffic all day sucks. That's why in Albuquerque, the traffic isn't super bad. It's actually easy to navigate even during times of traffic. But other than that, what is bringing you down here, right? And now when we're talking about that, is it going to be the North Valley or the South Valley where you have a little bit more land, you want some animals, that kind of deal? Or is it going to be the east side with tons of shopping, tons of restaurants, closer to the mountains? Or do you want to move more to like a family-friendly area like the Northwest, where they have, the same amount of amenities as the east side, but the homes are still a little bit more spread out, and it's a mix, right? Custom, luxury, and older homes and newer developments up there on that side of town too. But, if you are looking just to be closer to work, you're going to want to think about, where is work at? Where is work, and how close is it to your neighborhood? How close are the freeways? We're going to want to think about all those things, right? Usually, if you want to be inconvenienced of the freeways, you're going to want to move closer to like the northwest side. That way you can hop on I-25 or down to like Barrelas or, downtown area. Some of the east side has some good areas where you can access the freeway pretty easily. Majority, heading north on the freeway on I-40 or I-25, I'm sorry, you're going to be experiencing a lot more businesses on the side of the road. You got like the Top Golf, the Main Event, Big Banks, all those restaurants along right there next to Jefferson that really make that area just kind of somewhere for tourists and people just kind of stopping by and passing through, make it a convenience for them just to stop, have a quick bite to eat. You want to go to the movie theaters, or you just want to have a quick stop at the, one of the truck stops. It's all along that freeway there. Stepping right into it, we're going to be talking about, the neighborhoods. What's really important to you as far as the neighborhoods go, what amenities are going to be important to you. But before that, guys, we're going to make a quick pit stop, grab ourselves a pick-me-up, get ourselves a coffee. So I'll see you guys there. All right, guys, now in terms of what side of the city you're going to want to look into, you're going to look at 4 different areas. You're going to look at the North and South Valley, and then you're going to look at the East and West side. All these areas offer their own amenities and their own great things that really makes them their own special places, right? So when you are thinking about moving down to Albuquerque, you're going to want to look into, do I want more land? Do I want a more master plan community with all the HOA community essentials like a pool and all that stuff? Or do I want to be centrally located, make it easy to navigate the city and get onto the highways and the freeways and the different road routes that you can experience going through here? But, you know, it's time to get that coffee. Now, in terms of those 4 different areas that we're talking about, we're going to be talking about the east side, the west side, the north and the south valley, and kind of really just jumping into it, guys. The best neighborhoods, in my opinion, are the ones that give you that hometown vibe, that small town living. And if you are looking for that, in my opinion, you're going to want to look in the north and the south valley. Now, looking in these areas, you are going to find yourself in a ton of farmland, older homes. Some areas have built some custom homes down there, so you just be aware that you might get lucky enough to be able to grab one of those. But usually those people that are building homes down there are making their forever homes, because believe it or not, land down there is getting expensive, and you know, like they say, they aren't making any more of it, so people are starting to buy up more land. I think about an average of an acre goes about 100 for about 150, 120. Sometimes even more, just depending on how close to that river you are. So have that in mind. But if you aren't looking for that super old school vibe, kind of still that old country living out in the middle of nowhere kind of thing, the North Valley is going to offer that to you with some perks. You are going to pay for it because this is more of a luxurious area. You're talking about like Los Ranchos and, you know, places like off of Candelaria and Griegos, where they have all these beautiful and custom homes next to the nature center. You are going to have to pay a premium to live in that area, so just have that in mind. But if that's what you're wanting to do, kind of be centralized and be in an area where it's very convenient to navigate pretty much all of the city, you're going to want to actually look into the North Valley. If you are just looking for that convenience factor of hopping on freeways, being close to shopping, dining, all these amenities, you're going to want to look in the east side. The east side has a mixture, and plus it's closer to the mountains, so again, you are going to pay a little bit more for that convenience factor as far as getting closer to the mountains because of all the serene beauty that you get to see. You are amongst a bunch of walking trails, some of the more famous trails up there. You are going to see a big bike lane down Tramway because it's a super big community culture thing down there to ride your bike along these trails, along Tramway, right? If you are looking to get outside more, the North and the South Valley and the east side is going to offer that for you. Well, pretty much all of Albuquerque, but when you're talking about the east side, you're looking at shopping, malls, restaurants. Some of the bigger restaurants are going to be in that area. You're looking at like the Cheesecake Factory, Fogo de Chao, and then you are looking at like Longhorn and stuff like that. And then you have Uptown, which has more of the upscale shopping, and then the Windrock Mall is getting a facelift, so they are going to have more outdoor style shopping for you guys to kind of walk in and out of, kind of like the outlet malls that we're starting to see in some of these bigger cities like in Denver, California, and on the East Coast. And now if you are looking just for something a little bit more chill, a little bit more family orientated, homes with charm, brick homes, then you are going to want to look on the west side. Once you cross that river over here to the west side, northwest to be more exact, you are going to be looking at more family friendly neighborhoods. A lot of these neighborhoods are very involved in the community. They are hosting local events, making sure that the businesses in the area feel like they're being supported. And then you also have the perks of the mall. From my house, you're looking about maybe 15 to 20 minutes away, all depending on the traffic. But, you know, if you just wanted to go to the Whole Foods, the Sprouts, go to the movie theaters, it's all on this side of town as well. So it doesn't matter what side of town you're on, because even on the south side in the South Valley, they have a movie theater and shopping like Ross and Hobby Lobby and all that stuff in that area. So don't ever feel like what part of the city you're moving to, you're going to be out of convenience, because each side of the town has its own perks and it holds its own values. So it's just really going to depend on what's important to you and why you're really moving down here. Is it going to be your job? Is it going to be a school? Are you going to go to UNM? So you want to look more onto the east side, kind of like that UNM area. Are you going to be working next to the Presbyterian Hospital or the UNMH Hospital? Are you going to want to look in that downtown area? Or are you going to be working over here on the west side, kind of in the petroglyphs area, at Amazon, some of these big warehouses? Is that going to be important to you? Do you want a 10-minute drive? Are you okay with driving 30 to 45 minutes in traffic? Really, because in those traffic times during 7 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the afternoon, or 7 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you are going to see those heavy traffic times. Other than that, the city is going to be pretty chill. There's not going to be a whole lot going on during the day because a lot of people during the week are actually working. You may see the streets get a little bit more busier during the weekends because there's growers markets going on, different events going on throughout the city that these small businesses are putting together. And Albuquerque is very small business eccentric. A lot of people down here support local. It's a very big thing. We make sure to support local as a family. So if that's something that you're into, Albuquerque is going to be a perfect fit for you guys. If it's one thing that I enjoy about Albuquerque is the 300 plus warm days that we have here. Makes great things or makes a good opportunity for things like pools, summer cookouts and stuff like that. But, just to wrap it all up for you guys, before you, start thinking about neighborhoods and stuff like that and kind of really start to really make a decision of what side of town you're going to move on, you're going to want to plan a trip down here. That way we can sit down. Again, that number popping up on the screen is my direct line, and I'd love to hop on a quick Zoom call actually before you plan a trip down here. But that way we can really discuss the different areas that we're going to want to look into, really create a plan on, if moving down here is going to be feasible or a legit thing for you guys, then we are going to have that plan already kind of pretty much in place. We are going to know how to navigate the city once you come down here to visit. And, we can sit down, have a cup of coffee, really map out what the city looks like and based off of the areas that you're interested in. And I can highlight some landmarks, some areas that you're going to want to go and check out. And that is going to help you a ton in making that decision for you guys, because I can tell you, hey, it's going to take you 20 to 30 minutes to get from here to there. And for you, I don't know where you're coming from, but if you're coming from a large city, 20 to 30 minutes, it may seem like forever, but actually down here in Albuquerque, because we have a ton of beauty and a ton of different things going on within the city, it's going to seem like a quick drive. So keep that in mind that, before you actually plan to move down here, give us a call. That way we can set up a quick meeting with you guys and really plan out the trip down here for you guys. But other than that, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for today. I'm going to get in this pool because it's super hot. I'm going to get the kiddos in there and the wife in there, and we're just going to enjoy the rest of our days. But if there's anything I could ever do for you guys, please feel free to reach out. I'd love to help. Peace.
Yeah, oh my Lord, watch me sway. Darkness falls and we all pray.